Welcome to the class once again. See, in my first video regarding inverse trigonometric functions, so just we have discussed some of the basic properties of inverse trigonometric functions like sine inverse of minus x, cos inverse of minus x, tan inverse of minus x, secant inverse of minus x, cosecant inverse of minus x. So we can use those properties to find out the principal value of some of the given functions. So as you are observing on the screen, so here there are 12 examples. So I am going to work out all these problems. See here, these questions you are observing here, this may be asked for part, so 1 mark in part A. You have to find the principal value of the following. Okay, listen carefully. So I am repeatedly saying you have to concentrate on the basic properties and some of the basic results, some of the trigonometric values. You must know all these things, otherwise you cannot find the principal value. We have discussed in first PUC what is the value of sine 30, sine 45, tan 30, tan 45 degree, tan 60, okay, sine 60 degree. So you have to know all the values. So these are all 1 mark questions. So let us work out one by one. So you first please go through the video and afterwards you can write down in the notes. See, you are observing on the screen here. So what is the question here? Find the principal value of the following. See, sine inverse of 1 by root 2 is given. Sine inverse of minus 1 by 2 is given. Cos inverse of root 3 by 2. Cosecant inverse 2. So like this, I have considered 12 cases here. See, first you observe what is given inside the bracket here. See, inside the bracket, I have, see here, what are the negative, here minus half is there, here minus half is there, minus 1 by root 3 is there, cosecant inverse of minus root 2 is there. So here cos inverse of minus 1 by root 2 is there. Okay, except this one is also negative, this one is also minus 1. See, remaining are positive here. So just in the last video we have discussed the basic properties, so we can use all those properties for these. So if the angle is positive, then no problem, no need to use the property. If the angle is negative, so value is negative here, then we can use properties for all these cases. See this one and this one. So this one is also negative, this one is also negative. Okay, that's the point here. Remaining are positive, no need to go for properties. Okay, so I will take say here I will consider one by one. So first let us consider this. I think let us go for second one. So what is the second here? So we're considering second one here. So find the principal value of, see, sine inverse of minus half. Sine inverse of minus. Question says find the principal value of sine inverse of minus half. See, minus is given. That's why I have selected this one. So this can be done in two ways. Either you can use the property or you can do it directly without using the property. So now I am going to use the property. First you observe the steps here. So what is the property? First I will write the property. See, sine inverse of minus x is equal to minus sine inverse x. See carefully. Lot of students will write here minus also. So minus comes outside. Sine inverse of minus x is equal to minus sine inverse x. According to that, what I should write? Sine inverse of minus half. Okay, in place of x I have half. So I can write this as minus sine inverse of half. So I can show here. See, sine inverse of minus x is equal to minus sine inverse of, see, half. So I will continue here. Minus sine inverse of half. See here, minus, so I will write minus sine inverse of, see here half is given, so outside I have sine inverse, so half means sine of which value is a half, so we know sine pi by 6, see we know sine pi by 6, that is sine 30, okay, so I will write minus here. See, sine inverse of sine pi by 6, as I told earlier, the property says if we have inverse trigonometric function outside and trigonometric function inside, then I can write only angle. So I will get what? Minus pi by 6. See, minus pi. So answer is minus pi by 6. So this minus pi by 6 means the value of sine inverse of minus half is minus pi by 6. Okay, sine pi by 6 is this is half, therefore minus pi. So minus pi by 6 is the answer. So minus pi by, see here minus pi by 6 belongs to, so what was our range of sine inverse? See, minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. See, minus 90 degree to 90 degree. This is minus 30 degree. Which is nothing but minus 30 degree. So minus 30 degrees lies in this interval. So our principal value branch should belong to our principal value branch. Otherwise we cannot take this as a principal value. So here the principal value is minus pi by 6. It belongs to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So second one is over. I hope you got the point. See, I will try to do this one. See, I will consider here sixth. You observe carefully. Cos inverse of minus half. Sixth one is find the principal value of cos inverse of minus half. Okay, observe this. Find the principal value of cos inverse of minus half. So minus is given. So once again I will use the property. So what is the property? So we will write the property here. Just we have proved in our previous class. Cos inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. See, pi minus cos inverse, what was x? See, x was half. See, this is very important. Don't write minus here. Instead of x, I have only half. So that is pi minus, so we'll write cos inverse of, see here half means cos, see here cos of which value gives me half? Cos pi by 3, that is cos 60. I hope you got the point. See, cos of pi by 3 or cos 60 degree is half. That's why I should write cos pi by 3. Okay, so I will consider the next step. I will write the same step here. So what I have written, pi minus cos inverse of pi by 3. Now I will write this pi as it is, pi minus. So this cos inverse and cos inverse of cos theta, I will write only the angle here because both are same here. So pi minus pi by 3. Then you can take the LCM. So 3 is the LCM here. So 3 pi minus pi. So 3 pi minus pi is what? 2 pi by 3. See here, 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 means, okay, this is LCM, 3 pi minus pi, I got 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 means, does it belong to our range? 2 pi by 3 or it is 120 degree? Of course it belongs to, so what was our interval, range for cos inverse? 0 comma pi, say 0 comma 180 close. So this is 120 degree, it belongs to this. So this is the principal value. Okay, so here, see here I have worked out this I think the second one and sixth one. So these two have been worked out. So I used the property. Okay, now let us consider fifth one. So what is the fifth here? Fifth one is tan inverse of minus root 3. Find the principal value of tan inverse of minus root 3. So this is simple. Here negative is there. Okay, what is the property? Tan inverse minus x is equal to minus tan inverse x. So I can write that as minus tan inverse of, see, root 3. Don't write minus root 3. It is only positive. Minus tan inverse of root 3. So I will take up here. See, concentrate here. Minus tan inverse of root 3. Now minus tan inverse of, see, root 3 means tan of which value is root 3, that we have to write here. So tan of, that you should know all the values as I told earlier. Tan of, see, tan of 60 degree. That means what? Tan pi by 3 is root 3. Tan pi by 3 gives me root 3. So I can write tan of pi by 3. Now write minus as it is. So this tan inverse and tan, I can write only the angle. This is minus pi by 3. So this is the principal value. So I will write in the next step. This is pi by 3. So what is the principal value? Minus pi by 3. So tan inverse was given. So what is the range for tan inverse? Here tan inverse is, open interval minus pi by 2 to, see, open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Of course this is minus, see, minus 60 degree. Minus 60 degree lies in this interval only. Therefore we will consider this as principal value of the given inverse trigonometric function. See here, I am talking about this tan inverse of minus root 3 is over. This one is also done it. So I am doing all the examples here in which there are negative values inside the bracket. Okay. Then so this first one is very simple. So let us consider first one. The positive is given. So what is the first one here? See, sine inverse of 1 by root 2. Find the principal value of sine inverse of 1 by root 2. Observe here, this is positive. So we cannot apply any property here. We can do it directly. See, sine inverse of, so 1 by root 2 means what? Sine of which value gives me 1 by root 2? Sine pi by 4 or sine 45 degrees. See this one. So here sine inverse and sine is there. So I can write that as pi by 4. Simple. Okay. Pi by 4 belongs to, so what was the principal value branch of sine inverse here? Closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. See, pi by 4, 45 degree. 45 degree is in this range. Therefore sine inverse of 1 by root 2 is what? Pi by 4. No need to go for property. Only thing is, if negative value comes inside the bracket, we have to apply the property. Okay, first one is over. So let me take another one. See, let us consider see, eighth one. I can write that as, see, this is given as cot inverse of minus 1 by root 3. Find the principal value of cot inverse of minus 1 by root 3. Okay, so here negative value is given, so I can consider the property. Cot inverse of minus 1 by root 3. So what was the property? So I write property as cot inverse of minus x is equal to, cot inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cot inverse x. So I can write that as pi minus, see, pi minus cot inverse of 1 by root 3. This is important. Pi minus cot inverse of 1 by root 3. If I use the property. So I will do it in the next step. See, pi minus cot inverse of 1 by root 3. So what I should do, pi minus, see, cot inverse. Okay, what I should write, 1 by root 3 means, see, cot of which value is 1 by root 3? See, cot 60. 60 means you can write 60 degree also. I am writing in radian measure, cot of pi by 3. So pi minus, so this cot inverse and this cot, I will write only the angle, pi minus pi by 3. So pi minus pi by 3 means you can take the LCM here. So we'll do it in the next step. Pi minus, see, pi minus pi by 3. So that becomes 3 pi minus pi by 3. So 3 pi minus pi, it will be what? 2 pi by 3. So this is the principal value branch. Of course, it belongs to the range. Okay. So in this way we can work out the problems here. So here let us consider the 12th one, last one. I will